Namaste friends, my name is Sandeep. Friends, today we are going to learn Tadasana or mountain pose. Have you seen a mountain? The base of the mountain is broad and the tip of the mountain is very narrow. In the same way, we have to actually broaden our base. A lot of time we are not able to stand properly and equally on our feet. There are various reasons for that. It may be because I am standing on my one leg all the time. When I am sitting, I am putting my body weight on the other side. Most of the time, we abuse the body by using only one side of the body more and also not allowing the body to remain aligned well. The second reason is we overuse certain muscles which slowly then starts changing the body posture. So it is very important to come back to its natural curvature. It's very important to come back to a right alignment. Friends, you know 50% of the problem that we create with the respect of the body is because of misalignment of the body. So if you can align your body well, you will be able to release 50% of the undue pain, stress and tension that we carry because of wrong posture. Friends, this posture is very important because it is the starting point to enter into any kind of standing asanas. And that's why we can say that it is the mother of standing asanas. From here, all the other asanas you can go to. If you can correct your posture, if you can stand uprightly, then there are tremendous benefit of it. That's why this asana is a standing asana and also it is strengthening asana. It can keep your body in a right position, in a right proportion. There are 8 different points in the body. Whenever the alignment of these parts break, there is a possibility that we can use weight on one side more. For example, right now I'm sitting on my right leg. A lot of time when I watch people, when they are standing, when they are waiting for someone, they are not standing on both the feet. They are usually standing on one side. Sometimes carrying something on the shoulder, keeping the shoulders also tense. So there are 8 points that we will keep in mind. 2 at the ankle, 2 at the knee, 2 at the hip point, 2 at the shoulder. And then we will draw a vertical line connecting them. Whenever this alignment breaks, you have to come back. You have to keep everything in Samasthiti, in a balanced state. That is the reason why this asana sometimes is also called as Samasthiti. You come to Samasthiti, a state of balance, where you are in you are in a balanced state. Friends, when we do this Tadasana has a great benefit. If you notice, it strengthens your thighs, your knees and the ankle. Also, it is one of the best posture for improving the posture itself. So when you hold rightly, your posture improves and the pain, the undue tension from the body can get released. It is also very good for sciatica. When you do this, your abdomen, your lower abdomen gets toned and even your buttock gets toned. Friends, when you do this practice, it is very important that you keep 2 things in mind. First is you ground yourself, so grounding, and second is you extend yourself. So there is grounding aspect and then there is lengthening aspect, there is energizing aspect. So let's watch this asana. There are 6 important points to keep in mind when we do Tadasana. One by one we are going to watch this. The first point is that you have to be very firm on your feet. But before doing that, friends, if you have headache, if you have insomnia, then don't do it at that point of time. Also, if you have low blood pressure, take care. If you feel uncomfortable, stop the practice. Now coming to the base, coming to the feet. A lot of time we are not able to put the weight evenly distributed on the feet. So what we can do is we can keep 3 things in mind when we talk about the feet, the sole of the feet. The first is the toes, the second is the ball of the feet, and the third is the heel part. Now when we place the feet on the floor, there are 4 points which looks like a trapezium. If you have seen a trapezium, the upper line of the trapezium is a little bigger than the lower line of the trapezium. So it's something like this which connects. So if you see my feet, this ball of the feet the big toe ball of the feet. Second is the pinky toe ball of the feet. Third is the heel, the inner edge of the heel. And the fourth is the outer edge of this heel, the front of the heel. These 4 points should be the connecting point. If you can place this point firmly down on the ground, you will find a nice balance. You will feel that you are a little more grounded. So what I want you to do is, I want you to first keep them on the floor, then move a little, then again don't do anything and check. You will find that there is a major difference, there's a vast difference in the feeling of standing, in the feeling of grounding. So after watching those 4 points, what we have to do is, we have also to lift the toes and we have to engage the sole of the feet nice and firm, gentle but yet firm on the floor. So how we are going to do this? We are going to actually lift the toes up, and after lifting the toes up, we are going to widen the sole of the feet and then allow the sole of the feet, all those 4 points, 2 point up at the ball of the big toe, at the ball of the small toe, and also at in little above on the inside arch of the heel and the outer edge of the heel. So we are lifting the toes, widening the sole, and then dropping the small toe, the fourth toe, the middle toe, the second toe, and the big toe firm on the ground. So when you do this, the arch of the feet is maintained. A lot of time this arch starts reducing, the feet starts collapsing. We want to let the feet remain firmly rooted on the floor. So the arch will be maintained, which will keep the body having a nice energy from the center. So arch of the feet is maintained. First is this base. This base has to be nice and strong. Now let's come to the second point, the quads. So in this position, we will actually tighten the quads, or we will pull the quads up. The moment we pull the quads up, the kneecap which is there, will also be pulled upwards actually. If you see, the kneecap goes a little tight. But remember, it's not an hyperextension of the knee. The knees will remain a little soft. There will be micro bend at the knee. So engaging the quads and allowing the kneecap to also get engaged. But when you do so, you are not tightening the kneecap. You should feel that the back of the knee is actually opening up. It's actually widening up. No knee lock. No hyperextension of the knee. It is not very good for the knee. So after taking the position of your feet, after taking the position of your quads, now let's come to the third position, this pelvis region. This pelvis region plays a very important role. Friends, a lot of time, especially this area is where a lot of strain comes because of the change that happens in the lumbar region, in the lower back region. So it is very important to keep the pelvis in a neutral position. Now what is neutral position? Let's watch this. A lot of people have this anterior pelvic tilt. They allow the chest to come forward and the buttock goes behind. And slowly this becomes very natural for them. Now the second is where we do posterior pelvic tilt. The posterior pelvis goes forward and the chest drops behind. Have you seen people with flat back? They will usually look like this. Now the third one is where you are neither anterior nor posterior, but you are neutral. So if you keep your hands here, you will come to know, just do 2 or 3 times anterior pelvic tilt and posteriors. Anterior and posterior. Anterior and posterior. And you will find that it's not too much posterior, it's not too much anterior, it's somewhere in between. Can you see it's a neutral pelvis now? So whenever you do a neutral pelvis, there are few things that you will keep in mind. As you come to neutral pelvis, you will feel that the thighs are going little behind and the tailbone which is there is going down towards the heel. That is one thing that you will have to observe. Second thing is, this hip point which is there, that will lift up. And the moment it lifts up, it will also engage the lower abdomen. That will also become a little tight. So whenever we come to neutral pelvis, automatically this whole area will remain engaged. It will keep the spine in its natural curvature also. You will feel automatically some extension happens in the spine. So just watch, it is neutral pelvic tilt. You will feel nice, you will feel as if you are holding from here, as if this area has got tight, the core area, the pelvic region. So after watching the feet, after watching the quads and the knees, after watching the neutral pelvis, now let's come to the fourth position, which is the chest. So raise the chest up. After grounding from the feet, now we want to extend from the upper part of the body, from the spine, from the torso and the head. So extend yourself up from the chest. Don't extend the chest like this forward. We don't want to do that. You want to just extend the chest up. After extending, we should feel light in the chest. We are not holding the muscles in the chest. We are light in the chest. Extending at the same time, there is ease. So extension and ease will go hand in hand. Effort from the feet and also ease in the body will go hand in hand. So extending up, feeling tall, and then gently lifting the shoulders, rolling them, keeping them behind. And after keeping them behind, drawing the shoulder blades which is behind towards the lower rib behind. Now why to do this? A lot of people when they work, especially in this modern age, we work everywhere where we are moving forward, where we are bending forward. Either sitting on the chair, we are bending forward. When we are working, the shoulders are going forward. Whenever this goes forward, it will restrict the movement of the chest. If it restricts the movement of the chest, it will restrict the flow of energy, the flow of breath, the flow of prana. So it is very important that the shoulders are relaxed and in one line. This allows the chest to open up and the breath can flow very easily and also deeply. This current day life, people breathe very shallow. And because shallow breathing is there, it also affects the state of mind. So when the breathing is nice and proper, it will also affect the state of mind in a very positive way. So that is the reason why lifting the shoulders, rolling them and relaxing them. So shoulders are behind a little, shoulder blades are behind, drawing down towards the lower rib cage. Now fingers are engaged because we want to energize. We don't want to stand in a very sluggish way. We want to energize ourselves. So let the extension happen a little bit from the forearm, from the wrist and the fingers. Not stretching too much, just little mildly. Rolling, standing tall. Chest is nice and long but soft at the same time. Ease is there. And then feel that you are extending the crown of the head up. Long neck, not chin forward. Long neck, and then hold here. So 6 points: feet, shin or the thighs, knees, the pelvic area, the abdomen area, the lower back area, chest area, shoulder and long neck. Hold like this. Hold and breathe gently and slowly. Feel nice and tall in this position. Let the body come back to its natural alignment. The more you do this, the more grounding you will be. Friends, if the body and the mind is grounded, they say a yogi is the one who is grounded. Why grounded? Because the reason of grounding means that whatever difficulties or problems that will arise, he will be able to overcome, or she will be able to overcome about that. He or she will not get affected because of that. In the same way, let us ground ourselves so that we don't get affected with the problems, with the situations. We can overcome that. So this asana, Tadasana, will help us to learn this important quality of grounding like a mountain and becoming tall, overcoming everything, overcoming the dualities, overcoming the difficulties of the life. Just seeing the bigger picture. So extend, hold like this. Breathe in this for some time. Relax also in this position. There is effort to hold, but there is ease in the breath. Do this asana, especially before all the standing asana, maybe for a short time. Initially it will take long time to watch every part of the body, all the 6 points. But as you keep on doing this, slowly and slowly, within a very short time, you will be able to come to this position. And a point also comes where just standing takes you to that point exactly. Everything, your feet, your quads and the knees, your pelvis, lower back, your chest, your shoulders and the neck will get aligned immediately. Friends, if you like my video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can get all the updates of the new videos that we will post. If you have any feedback, if you have any suggestions, please write to us. They are very valuable for us. See you soon. Namaste.